CherishingFlo fam, welcome back to my channel. We're all about love, positivity, being a girl boss, and everything in that vicinity. I am back. Yes, I am back. I know I haven't been recording videos. I haven't pumped out nothing since the coffee talk where I said I was about to pump out a bunch of videos and then I just didn't. But we're here, we're back, we're getting back on schedule. So the schedule is once again Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So in today's video, you read the title correctly. I know you're judging me. The judgment is upon me. I feels it. Yes, I stole my best friend's man. If you're new to the channel, then go ahead and subscribe and turn notification bell. We on the road to 2K. Let's get it, let's get it, let's go. If you're not new to this channel, then welcome back. Thank you for being here. Thank you for loving me as much as I love you. And yeah, let's get into the video. So basically, this is a story, before you guys judge me too harshly, about third grade. This was in the third grade when this happened. When I was in third grade, I lived in North Carolina. And I went to this little church school. I had just transferred from an elementary school in Alabama, where I was from, to a church school. I only lived there and went to that school for that 1 year, because that next summer we were right back in my hometown. So I ended up meeting this girl, and she became my best friend. We will call her, even though I doubt she'll watch this video because we have no contact with each other whatsoever anymore. I don't even know her last name, but we're gonna call her Katie. So Katie and me became close and became very good friends. There was this one other kid, he was this Puerto Rican kid in our class, and his name was, we're gonna call him Philip. And I had always had a crush on Philip, and I had told her I had a crush on Philip from the beginning, but then eventually she started saying she had a crush on Philip. Now, I didn't say anything because at the time I'm thinking ain't nobody getting Philip anyway. He took no interest in either of us, so you know what I'm saying? So fast forward in the middle of the first semester, she had been flirting with Philip hardcore, and Philip was kind of starting to give her play back, but I think it was more like she was being persistent and he just kind of gave in type of thing. That sounds so bad, but that's really what it was. Like, she was just like, yeah, you're so cute. What would you think about me being your girlfriend, Philip? Da, da, da. And he was just like, he kept saying, I don't know. And it was like, you could tell like he wasn't really feeling her, but eventually he was like, whatever. And we were in the third grade, but he was in the fifth grade. I know this sounds stupid because we was in elementary school, but girl, the elementary school drama was real when I was in elementary school, okay? We had drama in my elementary schools that I went to. So one week in particular, Kiki, that was what I said her name was, right? She was homesick. She was out for a week. So during this week, normally it would be me, Kiki, and Philip. And usually when that happened, Kiki kind of took over the conversation most of the time with me and with Philip. So like I never and he never really said too much of anything. So when Kiki wasn't there, it was just me and him sitting at the lunch tables and stuff. And so me and him were sitting there, we started talking. And we were just communicating. It wasn't just like, oh, you cute, nothing like that. It was nothing like that. It was just talking. Because there was nobody else for either of us to talk to, so we talked to each other. So we talked to each other and we talked to each other, and eventually it started to become like one day, like while we were talking, he was all like, yeah, and I started laughing. He was like, you have a really cute laugh. And I was just like, I do. I have a really cute laugh. Like I started blushing, and some of the other kids, the way that our school was set up, it was like all the different grades from like first grade to, I want to say, fifth grade was in the one classroom because it was a super duper small church school. So the other kids that was in our classroom were all like, ooh, Ricky's blushing. She likes Philip. And so Philip started turning red. And they're like, ooh, Philip's blushing. He likes Ricky. And it became like this whole thing. So we're just sitting there just like, stop. And then finally he's like sitting there and we were eating lunch in silence. And he's just like, so I think you're cute. He was like, have you ever thought about like me in that way? Or I don't remember how we worded it. We were kids. He was like, do you like me, or something like that? And I was like, well, I had a crush on you at the beginning of the school year, but Kiki said she liked you. And he was like, yeah. He was like, I don't really like Kiki like that. He said, but I do kind of like you. And at first I was like, no. And this is like on the day 3, right? By day 5, by like the last day, he was like, we were holding hands, and he kept calling me pretty every day, and he started writing me these cute little notes, and eventually I was just like, I mean, I did think the dude was fine first. start there. I did like him first. So I was like, and they weren't dating or nothing. That was like, I was like rationalizing it in my mind. I was like, you know, they're not dating. He doesn't even really like her. He never really did. You know, she just pushed herself on him. And I remember thinking like, you know, it was never really a thing and I liked him first. She knew I liked him first. You know, I kept trying to make it make sense in my mind, like try to convince myself that like what I was doing was okay. So I was like, so when he said, will you be my girlfriend? I said yes. Oh my God, yes. I said yes. So, but like I said, it's kid relationships. Girlfriend just means now we pay special attention. We look at each other more in the classroom during class. That's really all boyfriend and girlfriend was in elementary school. Except for some of y'all nasties who did stuff before your time. But anyway, so finally the next week comes around and Kiki's at school. So then Philip says to me, I don't think that we should tell Kiki that we're boyfriend and girlfriend. And I said, why? And he said, he was like, because over the weekend I was thinking about it, and even though we really like each other, Kiki really likes me and I don't want to hurt her feelings. Y'all, that made me like him even more. But I was like, you're right. And then I was like, well, maybe we shouldn't be boyfriend and girlfriend. And then he kind of looked sad. He was like little kids are just like, and he did a little. And then he was like, well, yeah, you're probably right. I don't want to hurt Kiki. He was like, it was really nice us being together, but he would ruin all of our friendship. And I was like, yeah. So, I mean, like, you know, we sounded like some little mature third graders. Well, I was a third grader. He was a fifth grader. Like, we sounded like some little mature children. We just like, yes, we can't do this and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And Kiki was all like, so eventually, though, it was like, even though we said that, it was really hard to turn it off. It was like we kept looking at each other. We kept giving each other these little glances. And she sat in between us. So we kept like sneaking glances at each other. And Kiki not dumb. So eventually Kiki was like, what happened while I was gone? And we was like, nothing happened. You know, what's wrong with my girl? Fast forward to the next Friday, to that Friday, right? We're sitting down and it's movie Friday. Every Friday we get to watch a movie in class. So Friday we're sitting down and we're watching the movie. Philip makes sure that he sits next to me. And I'm sitting there thinking like, Philip, what you doing? Philip, what you doing? And Kiki notices it, and she notices that he kind of like rubbed my hand. He didn't like hold it or nothing. He looked at me, he gave me like a little smile, and then he rubbed my hand. And then Kiki turned around and said, y'all like each other? And we was like, and she's like, if y'all like each other, all you gotta do is tell me. I don't care. I don't like Philip no more. Now, mind you, I knew she was lying, and he knew she was lying. So we were like, yeah, we like each other, but we don't like each other enough to date. We don't like each other enough to be boyfriend and girlfriend. And when she said that, she looked relieved, and we knew we had made the right decision. And so that was it. Like, we dated for like all of a week, and then that was it. So yeah, that's the story of how I stole my best friend's man. And like I said, she was my best friend. And I went the rest of the school year. He liked me. I liked him. Neither one of us ever liked anybody else. But we never was boyfriend and girlfriend because neither one of us wanted to hurt Kiki. And luckily, it was like, and she, though, after that, I think she peeped that's what we were doing because she stopped flirting with Philip, like, altogether. Like, we all stayed friends, and she still dominated the conversations, and she was still herself. Like, there was no, like, awkwardness or things. It wasn't like things were never the same. It was just like now she wasn't asking him, like, how would you feel about me being your girlfriend? Why you ain't never asked me out? She wasn't doing none of that no more. So I think she peeped that we kind of liked each other and that we weren't being together because of her. And she was glad that we weren't being together, but she also at the same time wasn't gonna like push the issue. That's the story. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Let me know your opinions down in the comment section down below if you've ever been in a situation like that. I know it wasn't great. Like, I'm not proud of the situation, but it happened. And at the same time, you know, me and her, we were best friends, and I never wanted to like hurt her feelings. And to be honest, she was out sick, but we didn't know she was out sick. We just knew she wasn't coming to school. We didn't actually know what the situation was. So yeah, make sure that if you made it to this point in the video, you leave a heartbreak emoji in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, then make sure you purchase my ebook, Depression, Anxiety, and Entrepreneurship. It is all about my journey as a business owner and entrepreneur with depression and anxiety, what that looks like, and how I'm able to manage it. You guys ask me that all the time. I make videos about productivity and all that other stuff, and this book has gotten a lot of really great feedback. A lot of people have already told me how much they really love the book, and I really appreciate all the support. It is only $7 freaking for this ebook. If you haven't, and follow me on all of my social medias. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, all CherishingFlo. I love you guys ever so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.